Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Sincerely, when you talk about changing the world, often it's easier said than done. But the kind of change we're looking for, the kind of uplifting of communities and individuals that is required, there must always be an example. People always have to feel that their wildest dreams and their ambitions and where they see themselves is something that is possible. Without the right kind of icons and leaders and examples, sometimes we find ourselves wondering if a dream will only just be a dream. And then we come to conversations about breaking barriers. We have to see that someone has stepped out of the norm, if we may call it that, and that this someone has been able to stick to their guns and stick to whatever it is that society may be saying against them because they believe in themselves, they believe in their ambition, and more importantly, they believe in paving the way so that others will follow. So that by the time others follow, it's an easier path because they have paved the way. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm speaking to an extraordinary woman from the northern part of Ghana who has been able to take her culture and maybe to some extent her tradition and made it a big, long, extraordinary story using music to tell the story of the power, the beauty, and to some extent, the legacy of women from the northern part of Ghana, thus also telling a story that it is possible to break the kinds of barriers that prevent women, especially, from breaking the glass ceilings. Please welcome none other than Wiyaala.
Hello. Wow.
Wiyaala, it's just me and you, so I'm going to be your live studio audience.
Yes.
How are you,
Yes.
my dear sister?
I'm doing fine. And how are you too?
I am blessed. Wiyaala, now I know that if you are either on tour, you are tonight or tomorrow, so we're just gonna go straight into the essence of why we're here. Now, one of the things that I know important to you is breaking barriers. Why is it so important for you to break barriers? And then why is the Breaking Barriers campaign important to you, Wiyaala?
Well, um, when we break barriers, we make it obviously possible. That's why we dare to break them. And to even know, are they breakable? Yes. There's no barrier that you cannot break if you do the right things in your own way and you just let your inner talent or whatever you believe in yourself out there and be honest and be truthful to yourself and do it as you do it as a human being. And this campaign for me is very important because it relates to me a lot. And I'm a typical example of everything that you describe. I'm from Northern Ghana and I know how it is to even try to step out of the box, the norms, the culture, religion, gender, and tribe, culture, even complexion. It's not easy. Everything put together. To some extent, we are all taught to grow up in a certain way in Northern Ghana. Men are men, women are women, children are children, girls are girls, boys are boys. This is what I have seen growing up. And we hardly even step in each other's zones. Girls related to cooking, mothering, everything feminine. Men, bold, you don't cry, you don't you always macho all the time. But as time goes on, we all realize that yeah, culture is dynamic, it changes. And for us to all develop, we all have to step out there and do our best. And for a girl to say, okay, I know, yeah, I can cook, I can do everything, but I want to go beyond. I want to step out there and also see what the world has to offer me because I believe I have something that I can, that is in me, like music. I can sing, I can dance, and I can entertain. And I know the music can bring a lot of goodies to myself, my community, and to develop us to move forward because the world is moving. And if we are stuck in our certain ways for too long, you will be found wanting. And to do these things is not easy because men always take the first step, as some of us grow up knowing. So it was quite a challenge. You are a girl. Whoa, are you sure you can do this? This is a man's job. The industry is full of men. How are you going to survive? Ah, But you are too skinny, oh, Charlie. And your skin color, can't you see all the successful people are light skin? And the hair, I'm not sure they'll like your hair. It's a bit not attractive. Blah blah blah. But in the end, one just have to be honest with yourself. You go with your gut feeling. And then you will go out there, people will talk, your own family will doubt you, community will doubt you. But at the end of the day, I was able to just stick to my guns, like you said. And in return, it was also an eye-opening learning process for me to actually use my talent to also give back to my community and let the community know that at the end of the day, we make the rules, we make the culture and all that, but we have to think outside the box. If we want to move forward, we should give equal opportunities to everybody, whether boy or girl, and then support them and allow them to 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 start incorporate to start um, living and experiencing life, and also listen to them, because tomorrow we are the future leaders. And if you are going to keep us in there and not let us go out there and exploit based on our gender and sex and all that, you are not really helping us. So for me, I went out there. It wasn't easy, it was challenging, but I stuck to my guns. And here I am. And I'm using the music to also for developmental purposes, because it wasn't easy for me, like you said. It hasn't been easy. And when I got the opportunity, I look back and I saw a lot of my fellow girls looking at me like, so how is it? Is the road clear? Can we also follow? So all the challenges I went through, I managed to clear the way and say, okay, I went through this, and I'm not going to also let you go through that. I'll make it a bit easier. So you can now come and join me. So this is what I'm doing for my community through music as a northern woman.
Wiyaala, so you've talked about the natural culture of skin tone, you
Yeah.
woman, which is not so easy for a lot of people who believe that to be lighter skinned is to be superior. You have always been very natural with your hair, which again, a lot of people believe that, a longer, silkier hair is easy to digest. Then I love that you get on stage and you throw yourself around and you sing as if there is nobody in the room. I mean, you perform for yourself. For me, respectfully, these are all cultural barriers that you're breaking, not just in music, but also a woman is seen to be the northern part of Ghana. Even though you did these things without what I may call fear, what were the implications of breaking these cultural barriers and others that perhaps we haven't even mentioned?
Oh, the implications, wow, it's a lot. I'll just pick up a few. Uh, First and foremost, it implied that it is possible to do this. I was also prone to so many criticism. And not only did I even find myself trying to prove to my community or my region that the woman is capable, I was fighting other forces, the narrative of the northern woman, the narrative, not just the northern woman anymore, but the culture I was putting out there, how people perceived it. People didn't even know anything about the way we talk, the way we do. Some people thought I was from Burkina Faso because they didn't even know there was another part of the north where they speak Sisali. You say Sisali and they're like, where's that? Is it part of Ghana? The dressing was confusing for some people. They thought I sang in Swahili. I also realized I was not just breaking out, sharing my culture, and then making people realize that the culture we frown upon and the skin colors and everything is actually our story, is who we are. And who can own this better than ourselves? I do remember when I started doing my hair natural and I did the yogare yogare. They call it watchman girlfriend's hair, which means if you are the girlfriend of the watchman, it means you are the lowest. You are poor. And everything, oh yes. So these hairstyles, we have grown up doing these hairstyles, but the level of inferiority complex associated to these hairstyles. And I knew this, and I'm saying, no, you're going to see me still rock these traditional hairstyles on the international market. And now the hairstyle got so famous and people do it. And I decided to package it even better by adding colors. Because gone are the days when a young girl from my region, if you're a woman and you say you are well educated, when you are going to school, you cut your hair and all that. The moment you finish and you go and you become successful, we all come back with big Brazilian hair to show that you have now made it. We cover the natural hair, the shame, everything. No, I kept rocking it, and I was equally now teaching the world and communicating to the world who the northern women from Ghana, who we are, whether I like it or not. I just became like a walking museum, a walking storybook.
Yeah.
Now telling everybody about our hairstyle, our color, our diction, life in the northern region,
Yeah.
and I was able to educate people.
Wiyaala, you are talking about almost taking on the sacrifice or almost sacrificing your peace of mind, going against the grain, because going against the grain means now you are totally not the norm. And that must have been a heavy, heavy task on your shoulders.
Hasn't been easy.
But when you look at Wiyaala being the most authentic she can be, what would you say are some of the challenges girls face in from where you're from, in the northern part of Ghana? And can you describe maybe about 2 or 3 of the top ones, and why with or this advocacy with UNICEF Ghana is essential in line of?
So I will pick on 3 things. First and foremost, our challenges. First is education. Our inability to access education, because there's still there was, and I'm saying there was because now something happened, in my opinion, that is great. Education, self-belief, and confidence. These are the challenges, because if the girls get education, the confidence will naturally grow. But we don't have we don't have the education, because a lot of people still believe, okay, even if you go to school, you get to a certain limit, it's okay. As a woman, it's okay, let the men go. But we need all the education that we can get to enable our brains to help ourselves first, because if we're able to get educated very well, both formal and informal, we can help in so many ways to develop our communities. But if your own brain is not well developed, it doesn't give you confidence. And then we also go to, how do I call it, showing up. The women have to step up. The girls really have to step up. And it's something deep down that I always encourage every young girl and every aspiring woman from my region. People can speak like this for you. We can all talk about this. But if you don't show up, if you don't take the first step, nobody will do it for you. You just have to go out there and be ready probably to be the first to do it. And don't be afraid to be the first to do it. It's fine. So for me, these are the 2 things at the top. And also, when we make it, we should all try. Because I'm from the northern Ghana. When we make it, the challenges are so heavy that a lot of us disappear, because I've suffered so much. Why should I go back home? It's not easy. No, go back home and help your people put out the story. So for me, if you check, I went back and I built an art center, and I tried to give all the kids the opportunity, because I've always wanted to dance. Nobody gave me the chance. I got the chance now to make a difference. So I built the Wiyaala Art Center, and I put up a radio station there so that the community members, it's called community radio, community members can now start hearing and start discussing and start speaking in our own languages to educate ourselves. Because at the end of the day, if you don't educate yourself, nobody will come and do it for you. And these are things I've also learned around the world. So this is what I'm doing, and I encourage every northern woman, because there's a saying that you educate a woman, you educate the whole nation, and it's very evident. So I'm a woman, and I can already feel that. I want to share. It's just in our nature. So we are very good at developing and sharing. So I encourage everybody to take the first step, get education at all costs, learn, ask questions, go out there and dream. And also, one of the biggest challenge, the third one will be opportunities. We should be given equal opportunities, just like our current president-elect has shown the way, giving a woman the opportunity to lead. Our first vice is a woman. So things like this is what we need, the whole Ghana. And for that reason, I'm so excited. So when you see things like this, it encourages us. So these are some of the things I'm talking about. Yeah. Women can do it as well.
Oh, for sure. I mean, listen, we may not be able to do everything all the time at the same time, but we can. We are capable of it
Very
at our
capable.
own time, in our own way, when given the opportunity.
Oh, yes.
Wiyaala, your very important golden words or golden advice to a girl child growing up in Ghana, in the northern part of Ghana, what would that golden advice be?
My golden advice would be, my dear sister, it doesn't matter the background, where you were born and where you come from. When you get an opportunity, take it and use it wisely. When it's not coming, go out there and dare to look for it. And whilst you are doing it, remember who you are, what you stand for. There's a big reward in staying true to yourself and not taking the shortcut. Because when you take shortcuts, all the experiences you're supposed to go through to get there, it will come big falls. So go out there, dare to dream, and don't be afraid. Fear shouldn't be part of your vocabulary or whatsoever. Just go out there, take the bull by the horns. That's it.
Fear should not be part of your vocabulary. Wiyaala, before you go, the ultimate goal of this campaign is to ensure that self-made women, particularly from the northern part of Ghana, understand the power of telling their stories and they don't hide behind their very important experiences, because I believe when you tell your story, it allows somebody to understand, oh, it's not easy, but it is possible. Why is it important? And this is to your fans, to your followers, to your bigger global community. Why is the Breaking Barrier campaign so important to be participated in? Why must we participate in it?
We have to participate because for me, I think it's a platform that is an opportunity. I'm equally getting an opportunity. We should participate. We must all try. It's an opportunity, just like I'm saying. Take it and share your story. You don't know who is watching. You don't know the line or the word you will use, and that will change somebody's life. And we are all inspired in different ways. And we are all related when it comes to challenges and goals and positivity and all that. Definitely somebody will share a story and we all realize that we are all in this together. And when you feel, wow, I'm not alone, I'm not alone, that one alone is inspiring. So it is a very great platform. I see it as an opportunity for all of us to come and share our stories and then let our sisters hear and see that at the end of the day, we are all out there looking for similar things. And those who have made it have paved the way. So why can't you also make it? So yeah, it's an opportunity for me. Yeah.
Those who have made it, paved the way. Why can't you also make it? Global phenomenon, powerful woman of northern Ghana, a woman who has broken the barriers and gone against every kind of advice she has been given, the dream she has always had in her heart, in her head, and in order for the women and the girls who are coming after her to know that they can be all they want to be and nothing should stop them. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say a big thank you to Wiyaala for joining us on this very important conversation.
Thank you.
Wiyaala, we thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, my name is Wiyaala, the Lioness of Africa. I come from the northern part of Ghana and I'm a musician by profession. Growing up, music has always been my dream. And I am one of the lucky ones who has been able to make a career out of music. Unfortunately, many children with dreams like mine in my community cannot realize these dreams because of their backgrounds. So I'm partnering with the Breaking Barriers campaign to invite all the standout women from northern Ghana to share your unique stories. I know just like me, each of you has faced challenges and triumphs that should be heard. Your voices matter, and together we can inspire change, give hope, and break down the barriers holding us back. What is your story? Share it with us by using the hashtag protecting the Northern Girl Child. Let's come together and make a difference.
Deja kumbat